Hi, this is Danelle Stevens again, and this is Zotero4, I'm going to call it, and a continuing series, a playlist on how to effectively use the citation management system Zotero. Um, so this one is on subfiles and reference lists and creating reference lists from your subfiles or from any file actually on your computer. So I will show you how to do that. First of all, let's talk about subfiles. Let's go over here. See this yellow file looking thing? It says plus on it. They actually don't call them files, they call them collections. So if I want to create a new collection, I can just type the title in there, say doctoral programs. Okay, so you can see over here that doctoral student writing is open. So I can say okay, and that is added at the same level as doctoral student writing. So I'll just put it up here and it should tuck itself right under doctoral student writing. There we go. So it's under there. There's nothing in this file, as you can see. There's no files in there at this point, or no articles. But let's look at another one, doctoral student identity. There's 5 articles in there. Let's look under feedback. We have about 10 articles in there. We have supervision of doctoral students. I have a bunch more. And as you can see, this is as I find them, I just throw them into, just move them as I did from into this file. It doesn't move them from their original place. Say they're over here in doctoral student writing. If I want to have one of these that's on supervision and move it over to student supervision, doctoral student writing, let's move that over into dissertation, and then it stays in the original file. If you wish to get rid of it, you can do Command Delete, and then it asks you, do you really want to get rid of it from this collection? So, but it will stay in your whole collection, in say the whole thing. So that's the first thing. The other thing I wanted to point out to you is that sometimes it's very helpful if you do, and when you submit a publication, to have a file that contains all of the articles that you've used in that publication. So here's an article. Oops, this is college teaching. There's nothing in there. So let's go back here. AERA paper. All of these articles, all of these journals were used in that publication. You'll notice the little tab here. That tells you what kind of article it was. For instance, this is a book. These are journal articles. This, I think, is a chapter in a book. No, it's not. It's looks like a handout or something like that. So it kind of is an indicator right here of what kind it is. That also tells you over here under info, the item type book. Oh, that's how I can find out what this is. This is a report. Okay. You can see that on the top there. It's a report. So that's on the info tab. You highlight on any one of these and it will tell you this is a journal article. Or this is a book. So you can put all the information or it actually automatically comes in when you do you search for metadata. So that's a file. So let's say we've written this paper for American Educational Research Association, my colleague and I. And these are all the references. And we want to make a reference list. So we've moved all the references as we're writing that paper and getting ready to submit it into this one file, AERA paper. Okay, so we highlight, hit Shift, and all the articles, and you'll see they all are highlighted at this point. That is the first step towards making a reference list. The second step is to right-click. On a Mac, that's 2 fingers on the keyboard. On an MS-DOS system, I'm not sure what it is. It's actually a right click on the mouse, I think. So along here we have a series of things. It says create bibliography from items. Aha, that sounds like something I want to do. So I'm going to create a bibliography. I'm going to use the style American Psychological Association, but you can also see I could switch it to Chicago. I could switch it to MLA. And under manage styles, if you have a style that's particularly different from that, you can also add that style. And this is the style that is used to set up your reference list. Now you'll notice this is quite up to date with the 7th edition for APA. That's good. It's in English, it's a bibliography, and it's going to be copied to the clipboard, not printed. Okay, so that means it's going to be available for download somewhere. Okay, so we're going to hit OK. Everything's good. You don't see anything. Well, there we go. Spinner. And so now it's on the clipboard. So I'm going to go over here to my doc, and I'm going to open Microsoft Word. And I'm going to get a blank document, or I would open the paper I'm working on, someplace to insert that list. So I have a blank page. I'm going to go over here. Remember, it's on the clipboard. So I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to hit Command V. And there's my list. And it's formatted. It's in alphabetical order, and it's formatted with the latest method of APA, American Psychological Association. If there are any errors in this at all, if there's a lack of page numbers, or if there's any other kind of errors, the dates, there's no date. And it's good to just go through here to see what you've got, see if there might be errors. It looks pretty good. I don't see anything right off the top of my head that's an error. Oh, what's this guy here? A9H. That's interesting. So I'm going to go back to Wellington and see where that silly little thing showed up, and I'm going to correct it. I can correct it here, of course, but I'm going to go back to that. I'm going to call it save it, or not. Anyway, it's being saved. I'm going to go back here to Wellington, and I'm going to look at this list over here. Ah, there's that funny little thing. I don't know what that's doing there, but I certainly don't want it on my reference list, so I'm just going to get rid of it. So the next time that the computer pulls from this file to make a reference list, that will not be there, because it comes from the metadata, which is this stuff over here. Okay, so that's a very helpful thing, and you can it's just so easy to do your reference lists that way, and it saves a lot of time. There you go. Enjoy that.